and welcome on how to split a big piece of wood with wedges. Now when you got a big piece of wood like this is a yard, so it's almost 36 inches across. You can take this and beat it all you want. It's not going to break when it's that big. So what we got to do is use wedges. Usually you use 2 wedges because they got to work in tandem. Two or more wedges are better than none. This is actually the 3rd wedge, but this is called Selby. When those 2 wedges won't budge, I use Selby to unwedge them, and I'll show you later how this works. This is an old CVC axle. See the old the spindle grooves here? We heated this up till it was nice orange. We pounded that to a wedge. The old way. Second Great Depression. Now a lot of people say, well, why do that? Because what I can do is use a log splitter. You're not going to use a log splitter during the Second Great Depression. Why? Because a decent log splitter is going to cost you $1,000 or more. Unless you're cutting 20 cords or more a year, you don't need a log splitter. The Second Great Depression requires you to save money. Remember, you're doing this physical labor in order to save money and to get yourself in shape for more activities. So we're going to start. You take the wedge like this. Alright? You got to pound it a little bit. It doesn't pound in. What you do is this. You make a groove itself right there. Look at that. There you got your pre-groove started there. Now my other video is the proper biomechanical technique on how to yield a sledge. And in the description I will show you the link to that one. Always wear eye protection. There it goes, folks! Right there. I don't know how good you can see that. How good can you see that?
There's only 6 seconds left. Like, I think all the... That look...
Well, we were cut off. Different position of the camera. A continuation of what we're doing here. As you see, it's split right here. You know, when you first do your first wedge, you're going to put it closer to the here. Now, obviously, you can cut it there. Look at that! You don't need a log splitter. Oh, I don't have time. You have time. Forget the TV. Forget the computer. Forget about going to the bar and boozing it up. Once it gets started, it's heaven. Oh! Oh! You see, there's certain athletes that they beat. Part of their training is they beat a sledgehammer with they beat a tractor tire with a sledgehammer. Why? You're making money. This is a full day, maybe 2 days, on an economic wood stove to heat a 1,500 square foot house. You don't need to beat that tractor tire. Look at that! Now doing this is pretty intense. So you do this what? A half an hour every day with your big pieces. You're going to have some strange pieces. You have to cut them up yourself. more. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Now my grandpa told me, always have your wedges buried. And it took me a long time to figure out what he was saying. Your wedges should always be in wood. Why is that? Because when you open up a piece of wood, it dries quicker. The more closer I get to the center, the more moist it is, showing that it's still wet there and it's drying on the outer ring. Anybody have questions? There's different types of wedges. You have a cylindrical or a pyramid shape. These are, I believe, 5 pounds. There's a lot of different types of wedges out there. And remember, you don't need to watch the TV or video game no more. You need a wedge. You need a sledgehammer. Now, I didn't get to show you how to use this. But basically what it is if you have 2 or 3 wedges, I got 2 wedges, and they're both stuck, this is what drives it in there. The question would be, well, why don't you just use this as a wedge? Well, it's very hard to get this started. But once there's a split in there, you can put that in there, bang it in there, and it works very, very good.
Want me to stop it?